I'm just going to do a very simple program just to get you started on working inside C#. And in this course we're doing Windows Forms applications only. So that's what we're going to do here. When you start your new project, make sure Windows Forms application is selected, and then you come down here and you give your project a name. So we'll just call it my FristProgram. And then you click OK. And C# opens up the form where the GUI of your program is going to be. We'll just make it smaller here. And in the toolbox that you have on the left, we're just going to throw a button on the form. So you select it by clicking on it, throw it on your form. And anything that you need to do with the button, if you click on it and select it, come down to the bottom right hand corner of your screen. You can give your button a name. And if you would like to change the text, the default text that's on the button, by default it will give it a number, button 1. If I were to throw another button on the form, it would be button 2. So if you want to change what it says in there, come down to the list of attributes. It's in alphabetical order. Just go to text, and whatever you would like your button to say, we'll just write hello. And by default, your form is called Form 1, so you may want to change that. It would be the same way. You would highlight the entire form and come down to the list of attributes for the form, and under text, you could change what it says there. I'll just put 3 dots. Now, to write a very simple program, you double click on the button and it brings you to the page where you would write your code. Much of it is written by default or automatically, and since you're writing code for your hello button, in essence what you want your program to do when that button is clicked, you would make sure that you stay within the 2 brackets for the button hello click event. So I'm just going to do something simple, such as a message box. You'll notice that when you start typing, IntelliSense comes up with a list of things that start off with that letter. So message box. And we're just going to get a message box that's going to show something. So the method for that is messagebox.show, and then inside these brackets you would write whatever you would want your message box to show when your button is clicked. So, and we'll just do the typical hello world. And that's pretty much all this program is going to do. So when we run the program, we click our hello button and a message box pops up with hello world. We click OK and the message box closes. Now, in order to save your program, you need to save all. It's actually a very good idea to do this right at the beginning. The name of the program that you gave earlier is there, and it's important to know where you're saving your program to. So in my particular case, I'm saving it to the desktop. If I wanted to change, I could just browse and put it somewhere. Just be aware of where your program is. So I'm just going to save it to the desktop here. And now if I go to the desktop, what I call it, my FristProgram, that file should be here. Here it is. If you open up that folder and then go into the folder for the program, there's a folder called bin, and inside that is a folder called debug. Inside your debug program is where the executable is located for the program that you just created. So If you wanted to save this executable, you can just copy it to your desktop, paste, and the program that you have written is available to be run just like all the other programs on your desktop. So if I open it up, it opens up in my top left hand corner here, and I just run it and my Hello World comes up. So that's where the executable of the program that you created is located, inside that debug folder, which is why it's important to know where, well, for many reasons it's important to know where your programs are located, but if you wanted to save it, that's where it would be.